Hello, hi, it's Liz here, and today I want to try Roxy's weekly challenge. Rachel over at Roxy Creations, and the challenge this week is collage tags with doodles. Yeah, collage tags with doodles. So I've had a little bit of a play already, and I have made 4 tags just to have a wee go. Yeah, these are the 2 that I doodled, the leaves and the flowers and the lines as well. So yeah, they're okay. I always think my doodles are a bit childish, but I suppose that's the sort of look that that we're going for here. So because of that, I decided to get my stamps out, and I stamped 2. So they're much the same. They've still got the doodles here and here, and the only difference is I stamped the flowers instead of doodling them, and I do think these ones are better. So it's just tags, some eyelets, some doodles, some background collage, and yeah, so really quite easy and straightforward, and I think they turned out quite well, and let's have a go. So, oh, and I added some little words as well, because I do like to always add a little word to my makes. So the background I used was just this spare. I've got a packet of this 49 in Market scrapbook paper, which is actually thin cardstock, so it's perfect to use as a background for these tags. So that's what I'm starting off with, and then what I did, because I don't think you want to see me sitting gluing, so this is one of those sheets that I just showed you, and then you just stick on, collaging it up anything that you've got. This one is more neutral. It's just got book pages, some of this, whoops, there we go, avalanche. Let's just put that back. Some of this sticky brown graphy type tape, 2 pieces there, and some brown paper packaging, and a little bit of book page. This has got some little scraps of patterned paper, and yeah, so still on the scrapbook paper. So then you just cut them to whatever size you want. They're just cut. I think that piece, I don't even know if that piece was from the same, it doesn't matter. So I'll just get my trimmer, and I think what I did was 7 centimeters thereabouts, doesn't matter. So you're just splitting it, and I might just get 3 out of this one if I just do it in the middle somewhere. There we are. So I've got 5 tags to decorate. So this is a background collage, and we will just decorate them up. So let me think, we'll do this one and this one, and then we'll see how we get on. So I'll just put those 3 aside for the moment, and we'll do this one and this one. So Rachel over at Roxy Creations used her ballpoint pen to draw her doodles to colour in, and then she used a certain brand of alcohol markers. I don't have those ones. The alcohol markers I have are Copics. I think it was it Hoo-Hoo or Yoo-Hoo? I can't remember the name of the markers that she had, but these alcohol markers. They're not watercolour in any shape or form. They won't blend with water. They're like Sharpies. They're permanent markers. So that's what the kind of markers that she used. So you have to find a pen that won't, the black pen that you're using to draw your outline, you've got to make sure, try it on a bit of card or a spare bit of paper, because it might run if you use something that's not good for the alcohol pens, like marker pens. Also, when you're stamping, you need to use a pen, an ink pad that won't run when you're using these sort of pens. Like, I always use my Memento when I'm using my Copics, and this VersaFine I use if I'm using a water-based marker like these ones. So these ones are water-based. It will always tell you on it, usually, see there it says water-based, and so you have to use something that will repel water, and that's this, and something that won't blend into your marker pens is this. So first of all, Rachel did some doodles. So I have used the blue and the red and the pink. I didn't do any doodles in that one because it's covered in flowers and there wasn't really any room. So let me try a green. Let's do our doodles green on this one. So it's really just squiggly lines, or just try and do straight lines. So just a couple of lines. And you'll also find with these marker pens that because of the nature of the different types of paper you've used in your collage, it won't give you a proper, the paper won't take the ink quite as well as if you're using proper paper for these pens. So it depends on the paper that's on the background here. Like, it's not really taking it for some reason. Let's not do that one. Let's take in that one better. Maybe that green's nearly run out. So we're just doodling a bit, just go along and just do maybe a zigzag. So we'll just have a bit of a play and maybe another line. So we've just doodled a bit, not very well, I have to say. My doodling and drawing skills are not the best at all, but it's all part of a sort of look. Dear, that's really not good. I'm tempted to cut that bit off. It's absolutely awful, and I'm going to cut it off because really, you're a disgrace. Look at that. Oh, that's better. Anyway, we want them to be different sizes. Right, I think I'll just leave my doodling there. It worked out better on that kind of paper, but this paper, this glossy paper, it's not glossy paper, but I can tell it's got a coating on it. Anyway, let's stamp some flowers. So I'm going to cheat, and I'm going to use my stamps. I hope that this still counts for the challenge, because I'm not doodling my flowers. I did doodle 2 lots. I doodled those 2, so so I'm counting that as done. So let's just randomly put some flowers on here, and we'll do 3, I think, because things should really be done in 3s, or if you need more than 3, jump to 5. I think that's a good, and maybe just a little bit off the page, just a tiny bit. Okay, that'll do. Right, let's colour in. So we'll just use the light green. And if you were doing this properly on card for alcohol pens, Copic pens, Pro markers, all these types of pens, then you would be able to use your darker colour and blend them, but I don't think this will blend on, well, it's doing not a bad job on these papers. These old vintage papers or scrapbook papers aren't really made for these sort of markers, but I think it's actually doing an okay job. Let's just colour in that wee circle there. Yeah, maybe we'll just go along the edge there, just to, that's better. And what I've been doing is just been putting 3 wee dots here and there, and I think it just breaks up the background. So let's see, 3 dots. I think that makes a difference. Yep. Okay, so yeah, and the other thing I added was a little bit of washi, always, and a little bit maybe here. And a piece across the way. Yeah. Okay. And then we just have to add our word. So we will find a word. Heart and soul. There's heart and soul. That's quite nice. And we'll incorporate that into a flower. There. So the other thing that we need to add is our eyelet. Now, eyelets. There's a thing. I have my eyelets here. I have not used eyelets for many years because I'll show you what I have for my eyelets. I don't have one of those fancy crocodile things. I used to do things the old-fashioned way with a hammer, with this little mat and this hammer, and this is what you use to make the hole. So you would put that there, give it a good old hammer, and then this is what you call a setter, and that's got a little bit there that you then put on top of the eyelet and you hammer it, and that, in fact it's the back, you hammer the back of the eyelet like that. I'm not going to do it on camera because it makes a terrible racket, as you might imagine. I will put all the eyelets on at the end off camera, and then I'll come back and show you. So that's what we're going to do there. Oh, and we're going to round these bottom corners. There we are. So it'll get its eyelet and it will get a little bit of seam binding. we maybe use the green for this one. Yeah, so we'll do that at the end. Get that eyelet hammered in. I'm sure my neighbours were happy with me earlier when I hammered these four in. But you know, it works. But yeah, maybe one day, maybe Santa will bring me a crocodile. Is that a crocodile or it's a crocodile? Which one will we do? Let's do that one, because it's quite a neutral colour. And we will choose another doodly flower. I've had this stamp set a long time, so I probably won't be able to get it again. So I don't know. It's just called Autumn Leaves Flowers. Let's see, what flower will we put on this one? That pointy looking one. Don't know if that's been off the back before. So we're going to use our Memento, or you could use Stays On if that's what you have. If you're using Stays On, just remember and clean the stamp straight away afterwards, because Stays On, I believe, is not entirely good for your stamps. It's solvent based, and I think, or so somebody told me once, that it might not be all that great to use Stays On stamps. Anyway, right, now what colour would be nice? Will we do another? We've got two pinks, and we're going to have two greens, because that's the one we've just done. We'll do a blue. Yes, let's do the blue. So we've got the two shades of blue here. So we'll try our, oh, we didn't do our doodles. We'll do the doodles at the end. Putting off the fated minute for doing the doodles. I love colouring and I love stamping, oh, everything but doodling. I don't know, it just never seems to look the way that other people can doodle. I know it's just a doodle, but I don't know, I look at it and I think, a little bit of this darker blue just down the edges there. This gives it a little bit of depth. I know it seems maybe not needed, but I like to add my little bit of shading. Just go around that. And if you didn't have two shades of blue, you can just go over an edge with the one shade, and that'll just take it down, just make it a deeper colour. Right, what are we going to do? Let's just try some dots. I mean, how can you go wrong with dots? Let's do 2 rows of dots, because I'm quite pleased with how they come out there. And then maybe a row of dashes. See, and immediately I think, oh no, that just doesn't look very good. Let's try adding, yeah, maybe that's better. Maybe it just needed a little darker colour. Right, let's do dashes. And then dots. And then dashes. That's not bad. 3 dots there. Yeah, why not? And a little bit of washi. Got quite a thick bit here. Nope. There. Keep that bit for after. Pretty good. And a word. Let's see what we've got. Dreams of beauty. From the heart. Perfectly happy. Yeah. Okay, so what else have we to do round the corners? There we are. And it's ready to be hammered. Now I'm wondering if we should do one more, because that's 4, 5, 6. Let's do another one. Let's do this one. Right, choose another flower. I hope I don't get called a big cheat because I'm not using the... What flower have we not used? This one. And I quite like the way that blue turned out, so I'm just going to do the blues again, I think. That's a nice flower. There we are. Right, I did like the blue. The blue turned out nice and strong against those colours. So I'm just going to do the middle bit of these. See how the colour changes depending on what the background is? I'm not sure that I don't like this blue against. It's just different. Oh well, that's what happens. It's blue there and muddy there. And let's use the darker one just to go around the outline, the edge. Doesn't need to be exact in, because that's what makes it look like a doodle. we have to do, I'm going to stick with the dots because they worked out. And if you lean, you get a kind of oval dot with this pointy end. The pointy end, because the other end is a chisel. I'm not good with the chisel ends, I like the pointy ends. And maybe just go over the dashes with the dark colour. And then we'll do the dashes up here. There we are. That's quite good. Some washi. Okay, we'll do this the whole length. And piece here. And maybe up here. Perfect. Keep that tiny wee bit for later. Right, I'm wondering if it's better that way, but that means that writing's upside down, but that doesn't matter. No, we'll put the word there. We'll put our words there. Very kind-hearted. Nice big word for this one, because this one's got a bit of a space. Yeah, and we'll round the corners. There. So, 3 done today to add to the 4 that we've done. And I will just go and give them a hammer, get those eyelets in, and I'll be back. Right, so, well, you know, it works well enough, but I think really I need a crocodile. Anyway, that's them. I'm quite happy with how they've turned out. Yeah, they're a little bit different. A little bit. They'll go in a journal at some point. That's the stamped ones, and that's the 2 that I doodled. But I did add doodling to the rest at the top and the bottom, so I don't feel a fraud that I didn't doodle my flowers. But that's the 2 doodled ones, and that's the stamped ones. So yeah, quite pleased with them. So thanks for joining me today, and if you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.